Hello everybody, it's the assistant, and today we're working on the dog box. So today my dad has worked on the dog box. I didn't really get to work on it. So these holes here are gonna be for the dogs to stick their heads out. We still gotta do like a door here to put the dogs in, then a roof here, and then extra railing, like more railing, and kind of repeat the same step so that dogs can get in at the top. Anyway, this person that we're working on, railing there, but this person's thing, he has a lot of dogs. This is gonna fit probably a lot more than what he carries. Anyway, I think it's gonna be super nice. The dogs will get a nice breather. My favorite thing.
Working on this dog box still. We have these holes here. I was instructed by the owner that 7 by 7 is a perfect size. They can stick their head out, yet they can't get their bodies out. So in theory, they shouldn't be able to get out of this smaller hole down here. Keep in mind, these are Hound dogs. They shouldn't be able to get out of this, which I'm gonna have him come verify that. But this is 3 3/4 wide. And then this front, that's wide open, that's gonna get a 10 gauge skin, a 12 gauge skin on it. And then what we have left to do here is we've got to mount it down to the bed. So this is actually an existing frame mount. There's one there and one here. And I originally wasn't planning on using it, but now I think I'm gonna weld a triangular plate on that hits this. That'll hold the back end down. And then the front end, there's already mount holes there, not in my box, but in the bed. And so there'll be a bolt coming up from the bottom here, which seems inconvenient, but will actually be easy to get to. Oh, as soon as I get this open, because you can tip the bed up like this, and you can just hit that right there. So that'll be easy. Originally, I was planning on using these round holes. I think I mentioned that earlier. I haven't worked on this for like a month because life. So I don't know what I've mentioned to you before, but I believe I was talking about having something come up through those holes, but that'd be a pain in the butt because it'd have to be like 13 inches long. So that's why I switched to using this bed mount here on the rear. And then this one's easy to get to on the front, so there'll be one there. And I'm thinking maybe one in the middle, but that'll be harder to reach. So at any rate, like I said, this will be a skin. I don't believe there's gonna be anything on the inside that the dog could hurt itself on. All round edges everywhere. So I think that's gonna be good. Let's get this down. So I'm working on these mounts right now because I want to have them firmly mounted down before I measure out the roof, just in case there is any movement. So like I said, it'll be just a little triangle that comes out and around that hole, and that'll bolt down through. This is 1/4 inch. It should be plenty strong. In the event of a rollover, I think this is actually going to be nearly as robust as like the cab. I mean, the cab, yes, it is bigger tubing. It is thinner wall tubing. But really, there's not a lot going on a lot of wide open. This is so closed in, but I think it'll be a lot more rigid. Bless me. So at this point, I'm making these mounts. I'm gonna get them cut out. I get it marked out on here where they need to be. I'll take it in the shop, weld it out. Same on this side, get that done. And then I'm gonna start laying out for this door. So I'm gonna have another probably 3-inch gap here, because if you look down, I don't know how well I can show you. The bed is not square. So this right here is actually probably 1.25 inches out of square, maybe even 1.5 inches. So I'm gonna come about 3 inches again, come straight down across the bottom and back up, and that'll be out of tube. And then, so it'll be U-shape, and then it'll come across from right here and tie to that. Same on this side, and then I'll come in probably an additional 8 inches, so it'll be another 3-inch gap, and come down with a vertical on each side. Those verticals are going to correspond with a runner across the top there to support the top deck. We'll go from there, but once I get that built, then there's going to be a door in the middle of that. So let's get to making some mounts. Okay, you want to record this?
Yeah.
Okay,
But then can I go
stand on
back to
this
playing
side.
my game?
What's that?
Can I go back to playing my game after
I
this?
can record it if you want to play your game.
No, that's okay. Liza won't even play it. So I can just wait till she comes out.
So I have this piece cut, just temporarily, just with an angle. So I'm trying to line up to this hole here, and this plate can go on like that. So in order to identify where that hole is, I'm gonna use this compass. And so first, I know the edge of my metal will come here. And so this is set to the span. I don't care what that measurement is. I'm just gonna transfer it across. So as you can see, this is gonna sit right there. So I'm just gonna scribe where that is, if I can. And so that mark's scribed. Now I'm gonna set my compass to match this distance here. If I can quickly. Okay, so that marks roughly the center. So once again, if I put this back here, I'm going off that little dimple in that weld. So I'm about a 1/4 inch off this weld here. So I'm just gonna double check. That looks good. So now I know I can put on this corner. So right here, where those two lines cross, I don't know if the camera can catch that or not, is where the center of my hole is. Well, I want to give a 1/2 inch around that. So I'm going to set this up, my compass up to a 1/2 inch now, or close to. And I'm just eyeballing this because it's rough measuring. But right there, I'm going to call a 1/2 inch. Now I'm going to set the compass up one leg right where that crosses. And I'm just going to scribe myself a semicircle like this. And I know now I can put that on there, and whatever looks good I can cut out around that semicircle. So I'm probably going to cut from this corner to the edge of the semicircle there, and then probably from the edge of the semicircle out to that point. So I'll go get that cut, and I'll drill right down the center of that, and we'll come back out and check it out. So there's the bracket cut out and bolted down. I have to say that does fit quite perfectly. So what I need to do now is make another one for this side, which I actually made that for this side, but I just fit it there to make sure it matched. And if I do say so myself, I'd say that fits perfect. So I'm gonna go make another one of these for there. Got the brackets cut out, both of them actually, and marked. So this is number 1, and I got 3 hash marks marking the alignment. And this is number 2. The number 2's over there. We'll get this one once I can rotate it around. I have to sit this in specific spots because the studs that we have on there don't allow me to sit flat on the table, and I want this joint to be flat. So I don't want the clamp in my way, so I have it staged further back on just a scrap piece of aluminum, holding that down so I know I'm flat to the table. So I'm going to do probably 3 tacks on this side. Flip it over, grind out the joint, and weld that side out, flip it back over, grind it out, and then weld it out. So I get full penetration there because I want that to be very strong. So, like I said, 3 tacks real quick, flip it over, grind it, weld it, and then we'll do that there side, and we'll fit it back on the machine. Whew, it's bright out here. Okay, the tabs are done and bolted down. Look beautiful. Beautiful.